Good news, I just looked at my phone to look at it and I made 2 sales. I just sold 2 pairs of jeans while I was filming this video. So thanks for the good luck and the good vibes.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body counts for your neck.
All right, so moving into this week that we're going to talk about. Sorry, I had to burp. I just chugged like a ton of coffee because even though it is 11:07 p.m. I don't know, I just love coffee. I drink it at all hours of the day because it has zero effect on me. It does not help me stay up. If anything, I'm more tired now than I was. But anyway, starting with March 14th, which was a Monday, I sold this Vineyard Vines blue Cisco striped embroidered sleeveless dress in a size 10. This I thought was actually really, really darling. It sold for $35. I hid $6.50 into it. I have no idea where I got that. I think I got it at a local consignment store. So my profit on that dress was $21.50. It did take, I want to say like a couple months to sell, but not too bad. The next transaction was a bundle of 2 items. And I was so happy about this bundle because one of the items is something that, again, I think is from like my first year of reselling. And the second item I've also had for almost 2 years. So the first thing was this American Eagle festival beaded strapless romper in a size extra small. Yeah, this is so old that I don't even remember where I got it or how much I paid for it. I just estimated that I paid $4 for this. I still think it's a really cute piece. It's just that I feel like rompers in general are kind of a hard sell. And on top of that, American Eagle just does not sell well for me unless it's their jeans, like actual jeans or their denim shorts. So this just sat and sat and sat. I'd get like some likes on it and stuff. No one wanted to buy it, but I'm so thankful that it finally sold. And then the next item in this bundle was this Akira Chicago Red Label sleeveless V-neck dress with like a mesh panel. This was in a size small, and it's something that I got as part of that big bulk buy at a local consignment store. So I had 80 cents into it. But again, I've had this for almost 2 years. And so I saw that someone put both items in a bundle. I sent them an offer of $20 for both items with discounted shipping. And when they accepted, I was thrilled, like just so happy and thankful to finally get these things out of my house. And so after my cost of goods, after fees and discounted shipping, I made a profit of $8.52. And Lord have mercy, I've never been so excited about $8.52 in my life. Never. On eBay, I had a couple sales. The first one being this new with tags mango floral peplum ruffle sleeve top in a size small. This sold for $20. It was promoted at 3%, and so I made a profit of $16.03. I actually got this as part of a style box that I purchased from my friend Melinda at Joyfully Curated. This was a piece that I actually really liked. It just didn't fit me very well. It was just too big, it was too long, and there was like a ruffle right here at the wrist, but it really like came out to here because my arms are so short. So I just went ahead and listed it and made some of my money back. The next item to sell, I was so thankful for. It was the brand, I don't know, you guys, I don't know how to say these brand names. Fashionable? I don't know, I think it's French, and I don't speak French, but it was this silk wool blend gray 3-button blazer in a size 52. This sold on eBay for $87.06. I don't even think that was like a sale price. That was just the offer that someone made on this suit jacket. And so I was like, sure, you can have it for that price. This also was promoted at 3%. So you'll notice that the majority of my eBay sales from these last 2 weeks are a result of promoted listings. So does promoted listings work? I want to say yes. I want to say it definitely had an impact on my sales. And I have, moved from promoting at 1% to 3%. And I think it has definitely helped. This piece was part of that local reseller inventory buyout. And so I only had $1.02 into this. And so my profit was $71.07. I actually sent this into the RealReal and they said that they don't accept this brand and they sent it back to me. That's a lie. They do accept this brand because I've seen it on their website. But I went ahead and listed it instead of sending it back because I was starting to sell through some of the stuff that I had sent into the RealReal, and I was starting to figure out, okay, this is about how much I can make on pieces, and I knew that I wasn't going to make that much on this jacket even if it did sell over on the RealReal. So I was like, let me just try listing it myself. I was shocked because it really sold within like 2 weeks of being listed, and I did make so much more on this jacket than if it had sold on the RealReal. Of course, the nice thing about the RealReal is that they're going to take care of pictures for you and measurements and customer service and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I made a lot more on this item than I would have made if they had sold it for me. So I'm glad that it made its way back to me and that I was able to make the sale. On Kitizen, I sold this pair of Nike Portmore black canvas low-top shoes in a size 1. These sold for $20 with free ship, and so after my cost of goods, which was $1.80, because again, this is something that I got as part of that big bulk consignment deal that I did, I made a profit of $7.78, which is not that much, but I've had these for almost 2 years, so I was very happy to just get them out of my house and make a little bit of money on them. And you guys, it's crazy because this week I have 2 Kitizen sales. Like, what in the what? So moving on to Tuesday, which is March 15th, on Poshmark, I sold this Family First gray jersey breastfeeding nursing cover. This is something that I actually got for free when I had my first baby. There was like a website that I don't remember how it worked, but I just remember getting this and a cover for your car seat for free. And I know that that's like something that a lot of my friends were doing at the time. I don't remember how this worked or how this company could afford to do that. I think they hoped that if you went there to get your free stuff, you would also buy some other stuff. I'm Asian, I'm cheap, I'm frugal. I just took the free stuff and left. I didn't even look at what they have for sale, but this I was able to sell for $10 and I made a profit of $5.33. So that's the kind of Asian I am. I will get something for free and then sell it on top of that to make money on it. The next item that sold was this pair of Gap Denim Destroyed high-rise cutoff jean shorts in a size 28. Those sold for $12. I had $1.02 into them because they were part of that local reseller buyout, so I made a profit of $8.03. On eBay, I sold this pair of Talbot's high-waist jegging crop jeans in a size 6 petite. These sold for my full asking price of $34.99. Those were promoted at 3%. I had $1 into them because that's how much they were at a local consignment store during a sidewalk sale. That's better than Goodwill prices. Like, that's why I love going to consignment stores, because sometimes they run really great sales and they have really great pieces and you can pay less than you would at Goodwill's, which boggles the mind because Goodwill gets stuff for free. But I made a profit of $27 on those. You guys know that I love Talbot's, and I do have a video about the top 10 mall brands that you can sell to make really good money. I will link that video right here and down in the description below. I think it's a really great video if all you have access to in your area is mall brands, and it'll kind of teach you what to be on the lookout for when it comes to certain mall brands. The next item to sell on eBay was a great sale, like such a great sale. It was this Johnny Was blue crochet lace embroidered eyelet tunic in a size small. This sold for $129.99, which was my full asking price. And what's so crazy about that is that if this person had found that item 2 days earlier on Sunday, I had like a 15 or 20% sale running, but they bought it on a Tuesday when I had no sale. I was just so thankful. I had $35.99 into this because I got it at a local consignment store, and I kind of honestly thought that this would sell for maybe like $70, $80, but I priced it really high because there weren't any exact tunics like this on the market at the time, but similar ones had sold for a lot lower, so I knew that I was taking a risk, but I made a profit of $70.23 on that item. So sometimes it pays to pay up, and sometimes it pays to just take a chance and price something higher than maybe what you think is appropriate because yours is the only one on the market, or I don't know, just for whatever reason. Sometimes it pays to price up a little bit. You never know. On Facebook Marketplace, I sold this Chico's Traveler's black gold mesh jacket in a size 3. This sold for $40, and I had 80 cents into it because it was part of that big consignment bulk deal. So I made a profit of $36.74. That was the first of 2 Chico's items that sold on Facebook Marketplace. And Chico's is another brand that shows up on that top 10 mall brands video because as much as it's not necessarily what I like to wear, it sells pretty consistently and can sell for a decent amount. I had another Kitizen sale this week. Crazy. It was this pair of Gap leopard print bow flats in a toddler size 13. These sold for $16. I did offer free shipping on that, so I made a profit of $9.93. Those are something that we had purchased for my daughter to wear. She never ended up wearing them. She doesn't like to wear these kinds of flats. They were basically brand new, so, at least we got some of our money back. Now, on March 15th, I got my very first The Real Real payout. I sent them, I don't know, I want to say like around 30 items or something. And within the first month of, me having sent them my first box, I sold 10 items through them and I made $245. I'm not going to go through all of those items, but I'm curious if you would be interested in the Real Real videos from me. I'm not a Real Real expert at all, but if you would just like to hear about my experience with it, maybe I could do like a video per month just sharing what sold and anything that I learned from selling on the Real Real, what kinds of brands are moving well for me over there. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But let me just tell you a little bit about, that $245 that I earned. So it was from 10 items. The best sale was this Tomi dress. I actually purchased this from another reseller for myself, and I did wear it a couple times. I didn't love it though, and I didn't think it was that amazing of a piece. I remember paying maybe $20 or $30 for it, and it sold on the Real Real for $100, $50 or $60, and I got 50% as my payout. And so I made $82.88 on that dress, which I thought was surreal. Now, my two lowest payouts, I got $10.80 each for these items. One was a joie piece, it was a blouse, and one was a David Meister dress. The joie piece, I wish I had just sold myself because I think I could have made a little bit more on it if I had sold it myself. The David Meister piece, I was very happy that they just took off my hands and sold for me because I was not going to move that sucker. That was very apparent. No one wanted to buy it from me. But in general, some things that I like about the Real Real is that I can move things over there that maybe I can't move myself on my reselling platforms. Things like the David Meister dress, even the Tomi dress. I had the Tomi dress listed for $75 on my own reselling platforms for kind of a long time with very little action. And then it sold very quickly on the Real Real for, way more than even double what I had it priced. And I got a great payout. My payout was higher than what I even had it priced at. So, that's really cool that I can sell things over there that maybe I can't sell myself. I like that things sell really fast on the Real Real. Jack from the Jack Valentine channel would say that a lot in his Real Real videos. He'd be like, stuff sells really fast over on the Real Real. And I didn't really believe him, but I get it. Things sell really fast. Not everything, but the things that sell almost instantaneously. And I also like that they authenticate for you. For example, my mother-in-law gave me a pair of Gucci pants. They're just trousers. I didn't know if they were real. What is she doing with Gucci pants? She doesn't wear fancy clothes. And I think she said she just someone gave them to her or something. But I didn't know if they were real. I don't know how to authenticate that kind of stuff. So I just sent it in so they could authenticate it. And they turned out to be real, which is crazy. So I do like those things about the Real Real. The things that I don't like is that I have sold a good number of items through the Real Real only for those people to return the items back to the Real Real, which means I don't make that money. I'll see the amount that I've earned go down because the Real Real is going to obviously pay for the return out of my earnings. So that's kind of annoying that so many items get returned. I'd say probably a quarter of the items that sold got returned. And then maybe, they'll sell again and that time it'll stick, but that is something that I have noticed. Another thing I don't really like is that the Real Real always has 20% coupons that people can use on most items. So that's pretty annoying. And then, just some items you don't get a huge payout. So I'm just sending them a lot of stuff, trying out certain brands with them, and then trying to figure out which things I should just try to sell myself and which brands are worth sending into them. I don't find a lot of the kinds of things that you can send into the Real Real anyway, so it's not like this is going to be a huge part of my reselling business, but to get a payout of $245 in a month, from a platform where all I'm doing is mailing them stuff. You know, I don't have to photograph anything. I don't have to ship anything out. That's pretty huge. Now, my cost of goods for those 10 items was $90.44. Some of those items I did pay up for, right? So my cost of goods was definitely higher. So I ended up pocketing $154.56. But again, that was for me to do not a whole lot of work, and I like that. I'm all about that life. My payout for the month of March, which I will receive in April, is looking to be at least double that so far, and we're not even done with the month yet. So hopefully this is a platform that I can grow and, you know, experience a little bit of success on. The next day of sales that we'll talk about is March 16th, which was Wednesday. I did have one Poshmark sale, which was this Talbot's black and white striped scallop neck shirt in a size large petite. I did show this in a vlog that I will link down below where I packaged up that sale with you. But again, I paid $1 for it at a sidewalk sale at a local consignment store. It sold for $20, and so I made a profit of $15 on that. On eBay, I sold, okay, so this was another item that I did a little ship with me portion on in that vlog. The brand is Jack Nicholas, yeah, but I kept calling it Jack Nicklaus. That's what it looks like. That's what the spelling looks like. And my friend Jiwon, her husband Eddie, who's a big golf guy, like he loves golf, he texted me and he was like,
"Really, Nicklaus?"
And I was like, I don't know who this man is. Like, I'm not his friend. So he was teasing me because I didn't know how to say his name. His name apparently is Jack Nicholas, and I sold this Stay Dry, which is basically dry fit. It's like the moisture wicking technology, blue striped golf polo shirt in a size large. Golf stuff is selling. This sold for $14.90. That was an offer that I sent out to watchers on eBay. I had $1.02 into it because it was part of the local reseller inventory buyout. So I made a profit of $11.73 on that, and it wasn't listed for very long, probably about 2 weeks. The next item to sell was this Echo Unlimited yellow plaid short sleeve button-up shirt in a size 3XL. I got this in a bulk men's thredUP rescue box. My cost of goods per item from those boxes was $2.99. I sold the item for $17.99, and so my profit was $12.13 on that. That took about 3 to 4 months to sell. On Thursday, which was March 17th, I sold 0 things. I sell on a ton of platforms. I sold 0 things. So moving on to Friday, which was March 18th. On Poshmark, I had a very surprising sale. I sold this pair of Cole Haan Heidi Skimmer navy pointed toe block heel flats in a size 6. I got this in a shoe thredUP rescue box many months ago. These things have been listed for a while now. I had $5 into the shoe box. I sold the shoes for $45 and discounted ship. So again, thank you, Poshmark VA. I did not think I'd get $45 for these. There was a little bit of scuffing on the exterior. Other than that, they were in really great shape. But yeah, smaller size. They weren't like pristine. They're Cole Haan. Cole Haan tends to sit for quite some time. But made the sale, made $29.28 of profit on those. We love to see it. I did very recently come out with a video about shoes that you can sell for $35 or more, and Cole Haan is on that list. So definitely check out that video down in the description below. I'll have a link for it. I'll also link it right here. For those of you who watched the video, thank you so much. It's been doing really well for me. But yeah, Cole Haan is one of those brands that it'll sell pretty decently for you. It just will take a while, and these definitely were no exception. They sold really well, just took months and months and months. And then over on eBay, I sold this pair of Lululemon Run Speed Squad Galaxy skirt compression shorts in a size 6. These sold for $39.99, which was my full asking price. They were promoted at 3%. I had $8.29 into them. This is actually something that I purchased on Poshmark. I got a bundle of like 4 items from someone who was closing their Poshmark closet. So I got 4 really great items for a really great price, and I made a profit of $25.50 on those. The next thing to sell was this Casper the Friendly Ghost glow-in-the-dark graphic long sleeve t-shirt in a size 2T. This is something that my son wore. I I don't remember where I got this. I kind of think that I got it at like a Goodwill or something for him. I loved this movie when I was a kid, the one with Devon Sawa and Christina Ricci. Do you know the movie? Oh my gosh, it was one of my favorites. But it sold for $13.49. It was promoted at 3%. I think I had a sale going on and that was the sale price. And so my profit on that was $10.85. Like I mentioned before, I just love selling stuff that my kids have worn. I don't know why, it just gives me like warm, fuzzy feelings in my heart. The next thing to sell was our pair of Savon khaki elastic waist 100% cotton cargo shorts in a men's size 28. 38, that's a very different size. Those sold for $16.19 because of my sale. I had $1.02 into those. They came in that same local reseller inventory buyout, so I made a profit of $13.48. That brand, Savon, I would never pick it up at the thrift store. I've never even heard of it, and it does okay. Again, it's bread and butter. It's not exciting, but it's going to sell. You're going to make a little bit of money on it, and now I know about the brand because I bought out her inventory and was forced to list it and learned that it sells pretty quickly. Not for a lot, but it'll sell. Moving on to March 19th, which was a Saturday. On Poshmark, I had some sales because Poshmark did this 1 hour free shipping thing, which to be honest, I think is pretty dumb. You know, not too long ago, Poshmark came out with their earnings report for the year 2021, I want to say, or maybe it was 2020. And in it, we learned that they profited, I want to say it was at least over $1 million. I can't remember if it was like multi-millions, but they made over $1 million as a company from shipping. And the reason for that is because they have that special deal with USPS where, you know, there's a flat shipping fee, but Poshers can just, you know, ship stuff out using priority mail. They can use flat rate boxes, what have you. But the reason why they made so much money is because a lot of the stuff that people are selling on Poshmark is not hitting that 5-pound mark. And so people are selling things that sometimes weigh like 8 ounces or less, but you know, they have this label that's up to 5 pounds, and Poshmark is pocketing so much money per transaction in instances like that and making a ton of money off of shipping. And then they do this like free shipping for 1 hour thing, only up to 10,000 transactions. Like, it boggles my mind how cheap Poshmark is when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't get it. Now, I did make an Instagram post about my experience with this free shipping thing. I did not like clear my schedule to make sure that I was available for free shipping. What happened was I was sitting down to do my shipping for the day, and I happened to notice as I was on my Poshmark app pulling my sales that it was the free shipping hours. So I decided I would just try a few things. What I did was I used the My Shoppers feature to send out messages to the last like 1,100 people who had liked items, and I just let them know, hey, Poshmark is offering free shipping for the next like 40 minutes or so. So if you want free shipping on something that you've liked, definitely let me know and we can make that happen. So because of that, I made 4 sales. I did, you know, have a lot of people kind of haggling with me on prices, but I was happy to lower prices on stuff that, you know, needed to be lowered anyway. So the first thing that sold was this pair of Big Star Live low-rise bootcut jeans in a size 30. Now, I did get these pretty recently out of Goodwill near my in-laws. I had $6.99 into them, but when I got them home, I noticed that they had been hemmed and not very well, and there was a lot of heel drag. So I had them listed for probably like 30 or something like that, but the person who I had reached out to for liking these jeans was like, if you can sell them to me for 20, I will get them right now. And I was like, fine, let's do 20. And so I dropped the price to 20. She got the free shipping. I made a profit of $9.01. It would have been a lot more. Big Star is still a pretty decent brand to sell. You know, you can sell it pretty consistently for like $35 or more, but because mine had the hemming and the heel drag, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get that much. So I was happy with my $9.01. The next thing to sell as a result of reaching out to buyers about the free shipping was this Lane Bryant blue 1-button blazer in a size 22. This I have had for like 2 or 3 years. I'm going to say that I had $5 into it. I don't really remember how much I have into this, but I sold it for $20. Same kind of deal. The person said, if you can drop the price to 20, I'll buy it right now. And I was like, sure, let's do it. So I made a profit of $11 on that one. The next item was this Banana Republic sleeveless tunic top, and it said hello in a bunch of different languages on the front. It was pretty cute. I got it from my friend before she moved when I bought out her inventory. So I had $1.50 into this. It sold for $12. I made a profit of $7.55. So the reason why I hate this free hour of shipping is because you have such a limited amount of time to get to people and let them know that this is happening. So someone, messaged me probably 2 minutes after the fact and was like, oh, I'm just now seeing these. And she was interested in this pair of Sundance green even fall tencel cargo pants in a size 10. She was like, if it's too late, it's totally fine. Maybe I'll try to catch you on the next one. And I was like, well, if you want them, we can do, I think I had them priced at $35 and she was saying that she would get them for $27. So I was like, let's just do $27 and I'll just drop shipping, I'll just send you an offer. And she's like, okay, thank you so much. So we did $27 with discounted shipping. I had $3 into them and I made a profit of $15.92. So no, that one, she did not get free shipping, but I'm saying that was because of the free shipping hour, because that's probably the only reason she and I conversed about those pants in the first place. But yeah, I don't know, the free hour thing, I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. I just hope they work it out and make it a little better in the future. So we'll see what happens. On Mercari, I sold this Columbia bush. That's bush, is it beer? I think it's a beer thing. It was like a embroidery that was on the shirt. Beige PFG button-up shirt. It was vented. It had pockets and it was in a men's size large. That sold for $17 on Mercari. I had $1.02 into it because it was part of the same local reseller inventory buyout. So I made a profit of $13.49 on that. And I think that's been listed for about a month. On Facebook Marketplace, I sold my second Chico's piece, and it was this pair of glittery burgundy skinny pants in a size small. I was very confused because someone was like, will you sell these to me for $20? I had them priced at $25. And I was like, sure. I was desperate to get rid of these, and so I dropped the price. She bought them. She canceled the order. And then I never bothered to change the price back because I just wanted to get rid of them. She ended up purchasing them later, and at that time the price was $13.50, and I think it's because I had put them on sale. So she got them at a much lower price than what she wanted, which is probably why she went back and bought them in the first place. I had 80 cents into those because they were part of that big inventory bulk deal that I did with the local consignment store. So I had $11.65 as my net profit. The next item to sell was such an exciting sale. So on Thursday, I made a very random trip to Goodwill. I actually went to a estate sale with my friend Chi-Won, and I do have a vlog of those day's events, and I will link that right here and down in the description as well. And I stopped by a Goodwill right after we went to the estate sale, and I found my first pair of teaks. It was really annoying because Goodwill knew what they had. They obviously researched, what these shoes were. They had them priced at $49.99. I went ahead and bought them anyway because when I looked up comps, there were none in this color, and the color was fuchsia. There were none in this color on Poshmark, and recent comps for this color were pretty high, like over $100. So I went ahead and purchased them. I listed them for $150 everywhere. On Facebook and on eBay, I had sales running. So even though I had them listed for $150, they were showing up for $135 on Facebook, $100, I don't know, however much on eBay. I also listed them on buy-sell trade groups in Facebook. There are a handful of teaks buy-sell trade groups, and so I listed them in there. And someone from one of those groups private messaged me about these and was like, hey, these are listed as $150 in the group, but I see that you have them listed for $135. Could we do $135 but do it through PayPal? And I was like, oh my God, absolutely. These had not even been listed for 24 hours. They sold. I made a profit of $71.36. That's what I'm talking about. We'd love to see it. So that was really exciting. It was a whirlwind 24 hours, and I wish I could find that kind of stuff every single day, but I don't. And then the last day of sales that we'll talk about. On eBay, I sold this Bella Doll blue and white sleeveless pullover top in a size small. That one sold for $21.24 because I had a sale running. I had $2.50 into that top. I got this at a local consignment store, so I made a profit of $15.83. It was listed for probably about 3 months. The next thing to sell was this pair of ash beige cool, that was the style name, suede lace-up hidden wedge sneakers in a European size 36. Those sold for $39.90. That was an offer that I sent out to watchers. These were from that friend of mine at church who we said we'd do like a 50% commission based off of how much profit I made on the shoes. So I'm going to pocket $14.93 and give my friend $14.93. So that was exciting. Those sold within a matter of days. I've had them in my house for at least 4 months. So shame on me for letting them sit in my death pile for so long. I just didn't get around to them. The next thing to sell was this green spaghetti strap scoop neck jumpsuit with pockets in a size small. There was no brand on this. I got it from my friend who gave me a bunch of stuff, and I kind of like guessed how much stuff would sell for and, gave her 50% of what I thought my profit would be. I think I gave her like $5 for this, but I put this out to auction because it didn't get any attention anywhere, probably because of the fact that it had no brand, and it sold for $2.99. I auctioned it out. It got one bid. I probably, like I said, had about $5 into it. I lost $1.80 on this sale, so wah, wah, wah. On Mercari, I sold this mini Bowden blue bicycle patch short sleeve shirt in a size 7 to 8 for kids. It sold for $11. I made $9.28. And this is a really special sale because my daughter took the pictures. I edited the pictures. I made the listing and stuff, but she took the pictures, and I told her that the profit from the items that she takes the pictures of, I will give to her. And she said that she wants to donate the majority of the profits to Ukrainian refugees. She actually has a classmate who is Ukrainian and has cousins in Ukraine right now who have been displaced, and they are also doing like a toy drive at school to send to this classmate's cousin and to the cousin's friends and other kids that the cousin is with. And so I'm so thankful for her heart. I love that she cares about, other people, but she also wants to use some of the profits for Robux for her Roblox game. So like not all of the money, does she want to send to Ukraine, but she also wants to use it to, I don't know. I don't get Roblox. Let me know if you have kids who play Roblox as well. But yeah, so I love that she is experiencing what it's like to take pictures and, just kind of give items a second chance at life. I think that's really cool. So let's talk about my numbers really quickly. On Poshmark, I sold 11 items for a net profit of $131.14. On eBay, I sold 12 items for a net profit of $280.98. I made $150 more on eBay. I sold one more item on eBay. I mean, Poshmark is really it's super rough right now. I don't know how else to put it. On Mercari, I had 2 sales for a net sales amount of $22.77. On Facebook Marketplace, I had 3 sales for a net profit of $119.75. Thank you, Teeks. On Kitizen, I had 2 sales for a net profit of $17.71. And on The Real, I sold 10 items for a net profit of $154.56. I am very thankful that I sell on a bunch of different platforms and not just Poshmark. If I did only depend on Poshmark, I would be in big trouble because Poshmark is they're tinkering with the algorithm still. They're, doing a lot of weird things, and it's not personally benefiting me as a seller. So I'm grateful that eBay stepped up. I'm grateful that Facebook Marketplace stepped up. I'm grateful for The Real, and really for all of these platforms except for The Real. The reason I have any success on those platforms is because of List Perfectly, which is a Google Chrome extension that I use to cross-list and have, all of my listings on all of these different platforms. If you want to try out List Perfectly, I do have a coupon code down in the description below. It is Becky Park. Poshmark, and you can save 30% off of your first month on List Perfectly. I use the Pro plan. I think it's a really great plan. And if you do use my coupon code, I get a little kickback and you get to save, like I said. So in total, I sold 40 items for a gross sales amount of $1,157.23. Once you factor in shipping and fees, that total drops to $985.45. And so my net profit from those 40 items was $732.11. It was better than the week before. We're still not hitting the numbers that I want to be hitting. So I'll be honest with you, right now, my year to date is just not on track to meet my yearly goal, which, that's okay. I had a pretty lofty goal and that's forcing me to push myself, but I'm okay because all you can do is your best. And if even with your best, you're not hitting your goals, what can you do? So yeah, I'm really thankful for the real. I'm thankful that I'm able to make some kind of more passive income with that. I'm thankful for all the platforms that I sell on, and I'm hopeful that Poshmark will get its act together. I'm hopeful, but I'm also not expecting too much because I think a lot of the moves that they're making are showing that their loyalty is not going to be so much to us smaller sellers, but to bigger companies and businesses. They have partnerships with Free People and with Rue La La. I think that's the direction they want to go in. And we can complain about it all we want, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they're going to do. And if that's the case, I'm going to continue, keeping my other options open and investing in those other options and watching those options kind of grow. And if that's the case, maybe Poshmark is something that I put a lot less energy into. And if that's the case, maybe I need to drop Poshmark from my handles. It doesn't make sense to be Becky Park on Poshmark if I'm not doing much with Poshmark anymore. I don't know. It hasn't come to that yet, obviously, but it kind of seems like that's the way Poshmark is going. I hope I'm wrong. We'll see. So those were my sales. If you're still here, you are amazing. And if you are still here, if you haven't hit that like button, please go ahead and hit it because that would make me feel so good about myself. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. If you've gotten through this whole video and you're like, I want more What Sold videos, don't worry. I got a playlist that I will link for you right here. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.